the wind and the willow. At the edge of a quiet meadow, where the grass danced gently beneath the sky, stood an old willow tree. She was the only tree in the field, her branches long and graceful, swaying with the wind's touch. The willow often watched the clouds drift by and listened to the soft hum of crickets at dusk. But as the seasons passed, she began to feel lonely. Without other trees nearby, she wondered if her life had meaning. One evening, as the sun dipped low and the stars began to peek from the sky, the wind whispered through her branches. "Why do you sigh, dear willow?" the wind asked softly. "I feel so alone," the willow replied. "What good is a tree with no forest?" The wind circled around her trunk, rustling her leaves. "Let me show you something," it said. The wind carried the willow's seeds, lifting them gently into the air. Some drifted far across the meadow, while others nestled into the soft earth nearby. "Every time I pass through your branches," the wind whispered, "your seeds travel with me. Though you stand alone, your touch reaches far beyond this meadow." The willow watched as her tiny seeds spun through the sky, some landing along streams, others near distant hills. "But I cannot see them grow," the willow said. "How will I know if they take root?" The wind chuckled gently. "Not all things can be seen. Some take time, but trust that your presence here shapes the world in ways you may never witness." Spring arrived with soft rains, and slowly little green sprouts emerged across the field. The willow watched in awe as tiny saplings began to grow. By summer's end, young trees dotted the meadow, their branches reaching upward to greet the sky. Birds perched in their leaves, and rabbits found shade beneath them. The willow felt her heart swell with joy. She was no longer alone. The seeds she once feared had been lost were now blossoming into life. The wind passed through the field again, this time dancing around the young trees. "Do you see?" the wind whispered. "Your roots may stand still, but your spirit moves with every branch that blooms." Years passed, and the meadow transformed into a small grove of willows, each one gently swaying with the breeze. Travellers began to rest beneath their shade, and the air filled with the sound of rustling leaves and birdsong. The old willow stood proudly among them, her branches wide, her heart full. One evening, as the stars shimmered above, the wind returned to her side. "Thank you," the willow said softly. "I thought I was alone, but I see now that I was always part of something greater." The wind sighed gently, carrying the willow's words across the grove. "Even a single tree can bring life to the world," it said. All it takes is patience and a little faith in the unseen. As you lie in your bed tonight, think of the old willow tree. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine her branches swaying softly under the stars. Let the wind's gentle whisper remind you that even the smallest things you do, kindness, love, and patience, can grow into something greater, even if you cannot yet see it. Rest now, and know that your presence shapes the world in beautiful ways.